The truth about mephiles 2 weeks ago.
Bored.
Wait, that's right.
Bored.
Look, it's a plank of wood. A board, in other
Out
words.
of my mind. Bored out of my mind.
Ravage, enough.
Well,
It's
what
only
do
been
you
5
expect
minutes.
out of me, Master Mephiles? I'm bored. Why do I even have to accompany you two to this stupid island anyway?
Plot.
Because I need both you and Viper to assist me on this task. Besides, we won't be gone long, and Silence can keep things in order until we get back. I guess that goes to show that he trusts a mute person more than you. In fact, I'd say that's pretty much the only reason why you're coming with us. Because Mephiles can't leave you alone for 2 seconds without you doing anything stupid.
Oh, why don't you just go back to your little snake pit and play with your little reptilian friends? You know, Viper, when it comes to your little boyfriend here, you're quite a bum kisser.
Perhaps, but at least I'm a loyal one. Enough, both of you.
I will loyally kiss Master Mephiles' bum.
But can you at least tell us why we're going to this stupid island to begin with?
Simple. There is something there that we need to get rid of. Something that needs to be exposed of in order to assure our victory.
We're going to destroy Zark. Wait, what? Also, alright, episode 3 of yesterday, which means we're going to wait 2 weeks until episode 4 to come out. And I have to clarify this, because there's always that one guy being like, episode 4 is out now. I know. You're still going to have to wait, because I have a pattern to this. I know it's could be... I know that waiting sucks, but that's life. Anyway, the truth about Mephiles. The truth is he's actually a hedgehog. What?
Can't believe how easy it was to follow along unnoticed. Now
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mr.
When we saw
Mephiles,
Blur, he was a bloody
let's see
mess.
what you're up to. So here it is.
That's it. We came all this way for that?
Oh, Mephiles, sir.
That man was playing Galaga.
I wish I could say they're favorable, but I've sent in, what, half a dozen troops, and none of them have made it out yet. I think it's pretty obvious that so far our efforts to get what's inside of that temple have been non-effective. You're in there. I can sense you. All this trouble over a dull landmark.
It's what's in
Although,
the landmark, you
It is
idiot.
quite interesting.
Interesting. You call that rock up there interesting?
Oh my god, a
For
giant
crying
rock.
out loud, a single Lego brick has more to say about itself than that.
Well,
Perhaps,
yes, because if you
but
step
that
on a Lego
Lego
brick in the
brick is
middle
at
of
least
the night,
from
it's
this
gonna break your shit.
I mean, take a look around
It's gonna
yourself.
break you.
All these structures and ancient material and buildings. This is Egyptian stuff. I don't know about you, but I'd say a lot of this architecture is a long way from home. Think about it. It is quite odd that something like this would be placed near Phoenix University.
I suppose that is a good eye.
Mephiles, permission to go in there and retrieve the card myself? No. I will not waste any more troops on this assignment, and I cannot risk losing any of my admins. You two remain here and make sure that nothing else gets inside that building. I will approach this matter on my own. Oh. And Viper, if I'm not out in more than an hour, You know what to do.
Blow everything sky high. Well, since
Yes,
we
sir.
know that Master Mephiles is here,
Seriously?
gets out in a couple hours because he's in the next
Just
episode.
wants us to wait here? What was the point of bringing me along?
Or at least he was in the first episode. I
already
told you, you can't be
he
trusted.
clearly doesn't trust you on your own. I doubt that he'd want to leave you to your own devices for too long.
Oh, and he trusts a cold-blooded baloney like yourself?
Of course he does. I'm his first admin, the original, and the most powerful.
And clearly he's the most lazy. I mean, I haven't seen you battle in a single duel since we first met.
That's because I know not to waste my energy on pointless scoundrels like you.
Well, I'm wondering why I'm wasting my time following someone like him.
You dare say that about Master Mephiles after everything he's done for you. After everything he's done for all of us. He gave you this power, and he can easily take it away. It's that simple.
Perhaps. But that depends if the one who gave it is still around to take it away.
What's that supposed to mean?
Think about it, Viper. I mean, no other organization member has made it out of there yet. So if Mephiles doesn't return, perhaps we should consider a world without him.
Oh? And who do you suggest would be a better replacement?
Well, now that you mention it,
Yourself,
I
of
don't
course.
really want to brag, but
You know what? Forget I asked. Don't answer that. It's a stupid question.
This is supposed to be in the background of all of this, right?
Talk about high school drama. Although, you do have a point. This
This wouldn't
building
be
does
shocked
look
though.
a
After
bit
all,
out of
silence
place.
is silence, so he has no reason to even say hi.
A few things there kind of look like
There's
the
no lines,
full
why even
synchro
establish it?
dimension.
The Synchro Dimension had
It's the pendulum
Egyptians
dimension, so
stuff.
What are they doing here?
Well, they were all one
So that
dimension at one
tells me that
point.
There's more to this temple than meets the eye. Ash. Whoever this being is,
Or
he
was.
must be a remarkably powerful foe.
Oop. Oh shit, I set the place on fire by just thinking about it.
Hello, O Great One. Who disturbs my slumber?
Okay.
This.
Wasn't expecting that.
This is the dual spirit that is destined to give me so much grief in my goals.
To be fair, the
Perhaps
the
so.
red familiar
And you
was kind
must
of
be
weird.
Mephiles,
You know, unexpected for the guy
leader
who
of
had,
the
oh I don't know, the
organization
Red
of the
Nova
Forgotten,
Earthbound Immortal.
Destroyer of the Superior. How'd you know that? Oh, I know everything.
Of course you
And
do.
I mean everything. I'm just messing with you. No, your organization members just wouldn't shut the heck up about you. That and me and my brothers have the ability to look into people's pasts. It's sort of a gift. A pretty heavy
Brothers?
gift when you want to judge someone who wants to claim you. Do you honestly think that I came all this way to claim you? Wrong. I came here for one thing and one thing only. To destroy you. And your brothers. So you don't get in my way. Yeah, I've heard it before from your admins. You know, they're just flat out cut and paste. It's just, I
just
live
copy
to
paste.
obey Mephiles. I owe Mephiles my life for saving me. I will destroy you in the name of Mephiles. Their pasts are all the same. It's so boring. I think you, on the other hand, will be a bit more fun.
Well, I am the master, so I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, you're the leader of this so-called Organization of the Forgotten. I'd like to see what you're all about. I swear by Ra's hand you are not doing that. Sorry, man. Kind of a requirement.
Seriously.
Christ is spoken. Ah! Ugh. What power? I never imagined that. Wait.
We're in England?
I know that place. It's... That's
Brooklyn
right.
Yards. What the?
Your original home. The Evolution Dimension. Yeah, pretty snazzy. Although, not really big on the whole perfection streak that it's obsessed with. But hey, this is where your little sad situation all began. Oh, and in case you're wondering, this is my true form. Pretty impressive, don't you think? Come on, admit it. I'm impressive. Probably the most impressive god card you've ever seen.
You're a god card?
No? Alright, fine. Let's just get into your sad backstory. Observe. Oops. Yeah, that's too far back. Let's just skip ahead a little. There we go. Oh, I swear. That's the, what, 10th time I've lost with this stupid deck? Honestly, how does anyone expect to win with this dumb thing? Why would they even make it to begin with? Oh, come on, it wasn't so bad. I mean, you were somewhat close this time. Then again, you probably would have won if you didn't draw that stupid card. I'll say, this stupid thing. It's all this piece of garbage's fault. Why would they even print something so worthless? Oh, you know, I've heard of this brand new deck that came out. It's actually very meta-relevant. I mean, not only that, but it's also a very cheap deck, so it's easy to get.
How are you meta-relevant and cheap?
Of course.
Those two don't go together.
Just trash this stupid one and get
At least
that
they
one.
rarely go together in the
I'm sure
most
you'll
of the time.
be able to get your grades up. After all, by the sounds of it, it looks like you'll need it. Ugh, oh no. The last time I took a dueling exam, it was not pretty, let me tell you. My teacher said if I did that again, I'd
Magician of
be
Black
expelled.
Chaos. Or Chakra.
Well, let's make sure that doesn't happen. Come on, I'll show you where you can get it. Alright, first things first, though. I'm gonna get rid of this stupid piece of rubbish. No, not this. I swear, when I finally trash this deck, I'm gonna start winning again. No! Eesh. Intense. I mean, he expected he hated that deck, but I didn't expect he hated it that much.
Seriously.
I mean, if he didn't rip those cards apart, he just threw them into Bloomin' Sea. Then again, I guess I somewhat can't blame him. I mean, Jesus Christ, I think Digital Bugs would have been a better deck.
Tuh.
Oh, shut up.
That's just sad.
Those were my friends. Perhaps. But he didn't seem to care. And if that wasn't enough, of all the cards in that deck, guess whose card he so happened to rip up first?
Mephiles.
Mine.
Some
But
of
unlike
us
the
with
others,
deck,
your
not the
spirit
person.
didn't fade, did it? No. It manifested. After it was torn apart, it put itself back together and only grew and grew. All that resentment, that anger, that jealousy, the hatred, and the rejection. With every second you hated, your power only grew 100 times more. And 100 times again. That was until one day where that very Pacific duelist came back. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Oh man, This new deck is so much better. I've been doing so well with this thing. I wonder if I should try to get those new cards to support it. Nah, they're probably garbage. Huh? Wait. Was this? Wait, no. I thought I... what? Ah! Who's been ripped apart now?
I wonder how we did that. Maybe
Now,
you just
if
happened to
I were
walk
to
past
take a
where the card
gamble,
was.
I'd say this is the first time you first gained the ability to inspirit humans. But I didn't stop with just myself. As my power began to grow, I started searching for other dual spirits that were rejected, such as I gave them the ability to inspirit bodies as well, and my army slowly but surely grew over time in the shadows. Until you became the attention-seeking organization of the Forgotten that you see today. So, the question I'm asking is, how exactly did you learn about these other dimensions, as well as Zark? When that happened? Yes, when that... Sorry, can you just hurry this up? I mean, I haven't got all day. I really want to get back to sleep.
You're bored by the
A splendid
backstory?
dual spirit like myself needs it in order to keep his brain in gear. Well, after constantly switching bodies to inhabit, I eventually started picking up on the knowledge of those bodies. Ah, so you learned about it through the hosts that you inspirited. So it ain't just your power that grew, it was your knowledge. Exactly. And eventually, I picked up the knowledge of the other existing dimensions as well as Zark. Which is when I hatched a plan. A plan to evade the evolution dimension and allow my army to grow ever more. You snuck your nose into one of the evolution dimension's highest laboratories and did this.
Printed yourself?
Ah! My lord, the last of us have already gone through the portal. The rest of us are ready to continue on your command. Excellent. Proceed. Let's get out of this disgusting place. Wait! No! Fear not. I'll return to your dimension soon enough.
But the wolf
And
duel
when
this
I
guy
do-
from...
Well, I'll leave that up to your imagination for now.
Wolf duel this guy from
Off you went to
freaking
the pendulum dimension,
behind the duels.
your old secret base, and here you are now. Mephiles, leader of the Organization of the Forgotten, and the one responsible for trying to resurrect a monster nobody ever wants to see again. The Supreme King Dragon Zark.
What can I say except you're welcome?
What's so funny? I'm sorry, it's just so funny that you call Zark a monster. But the way I see it, there was only one monster. In fact, no. There was an entire fleet of monsters. And they were all, every single one of them, worse than Zark. The evolution dimension is a disgusting place. And it is where my hatred for humanity grew. The only thing they care about is efficiency. And it's not just them. That's humanity's whole deal. They only think that you're worth it if you're good enough to be in the position you want to be. But if not, oh well, too bad. To them, efficiency is everything. And if something isn't efficient anymore, or if something is not efficient enough, it is thrown away. It doesn't matter if they are a person, a card, or anything. The only thing that matters to them is something that is worth it. Did you spend all that time still being aware of yourself while all of your friends were disposed of? Did you feel every bit of pain being stripped into pieces? Did you feel all of that anger and resentment day and night as you stitched yourself back together, thinking of nothing but hating those who did you wrong?
No response from the god.
That some people get all the luck, while you are left with nothing. I will not stand for that. And I will no longer stand for the evolution dimension being in existence. Well, knowing that, how exactly does Zark come into this? Simple. Once I unlock Zark and he is under my power, I will allow him to rampage through the evolution dimension until its laws and ideals are nothing but the very ashes that are beneath my feet.
You can't control Zark.
Then I will simply allow Zark to rampage somewhere else. And from the ashes of the evolution dimension, I will build my utopia. A world where there are no good or bad.
And then when Zark is the sun destroying those other places, he'll destroy you.
Nothing has to be perfect or the most efficient. A world where nobody has to be thrown away. Then no one else will feel the sorrows and pain that I endured, or any of us endured. Okay, I'm sorry. I sympathize with your pain, but you honestly think it's that easy? You think it's just, Zark's done here, I'll just let him screw off somewhere else while I do whatever I want with this dimension? You can't just do that. Zark never listens to anyone. And even if you do convince him to leave the evolution dimension and just wander off somewhere else, you honestly don't care about that? Zark will not rest until everything, and I mean everything, is destroyed. He hates humanity just as much as you do. In fact, he hates it 1,000 more times than you do.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
And you're just gonna let him wander off somewhere else? Not caring about who else or how many other lives he destroys?
No. Why would he?
A small price to pay for getting rid of those who did me wrong. You ever heard of the phrase, 2 wrongs don't make a right? Then I will make it right.
Then 3 rights will make a left.
Ugh. I think I've seen enough. I understand you now, mephiles, but unfortunately, me and my brothers cannot allow Zark to reign 3. If you know dual spirits like us very well, then you know exactly what purpose we were made for. Of course I do. That's why I'm here. To destroy you, so you don't get the chance to fulfill it. Yeah? Well, not a chance, Blondie. I'm gonna make sure that Zark's resurrection never comes to be. And that all starts right here and now. Wrong. What is going to start right now is my victory. And once I have destroyed all 4 of you, Zark and I will progress with our plans. I will no longer feel the pain of loss and rejection ever again, and neither will anyone else. We will be a better world, and I'm afraid that world will not consist of you.
Doubt.
Let's duel!
Well, on to part 2. Part 2 of the truth about mephiles. Now that we know the truth about mephiles, we get to the cool half where we might get more, we might not.
Put up or shut up. I'll let you go
Mephiles has to
first
beat
to
4
see
people
what you
after
can
all.
accomplish. Well, that, my friend, is your first and only mistake. Allowing me to go first! With no monsters on my field yet, I can bring out my dummy of the RO. Then I normal summon my Ratter of the RO.
Oh boy.
And using Dummy's effect, I can make him a level 4 monster. Now I will activate my RO Chemical Reboot. This allows me to take my 2 monsters, and with these 3 cards will come 3 cards, because I can now Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz summon all at once, using only these 2.
Jeez.
So first I'll Fusion summon my Snortosaur of the RO. Then I Synchro summon my Kid Ninja of the GRO. Then I will Xyz summon my Cauldron Beast of the GRO. All 3 summoning mechanics in one move?
Yep.
Yeah, not bad.
Only 3
if you
cards.
think so about them,
Yep.
just wait until you see this. I activate my Cauldron Beast's special ability. By using up 1 overlay unit, I can discard 2 cards from my hand and then draw the same cards I discarded. I can also make you do the same, which I will choose to do. Alright, fine. Thanks for the setup. Now let's draw. Under normal circumstances, yes, but not while my Kid Ninja is on the field. Thanks to its special ability, you can't add cards from your deck to your hand, except during the draw phase. So you have effectively lost 2 cards from your starting hand.
Yeah.
What?
Snortosaurus is
Now
on
I will use
effect.
my Cauldron Beast ability again, using up another overlay unit to discard
It's not
2
much per
cards
turn.
from my hand and then draw 2, leaving you only 1 card in your hand. Ugh. Great, I'm running solo. But my reign of terror isn't done yet.
I get it,
See,
because
one of the
it's solo
cards
as
I
in 1
drew
and
so
solo
happened
as
to be
in
my
there's
RO
solo
fusion,
monsters.
which lets me combine all 3
Oh,
of these
great.
monsters together. With them, I fusion summon Portal to the GRO!
Ugh.
When my portal is summoned, not only does it go to my field spell zone as a field spell card, but I'm also
This is how you
allowed to
beat
add an
minus.
RO card from my deck to my hand for
There's one of the many
each
ways.
of its fusion materials. 2 of them I will now activate. RO chart A and B in the pendulum zones. And guess what? When RO chart A is in my pendulum zone, it lets me pendulum summon from my deck, since I have no cards on my field. Pendulum summon from the deck? And you're about to face a cavalry of remarkably overwhelming monsters. I pendulum summon from my deck 3 copies of Hybrasaur of the GRO, as well as from my hand, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. And if you think my Hybrasaurs are vicious now, wait until you see their
They're
special
level
abilities.
10?
When they're pendulum summoned, their attack points are doubled.
Jeez.
And now you got 3 beat sticks. Also, by tributing my Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, I can use them to banish a random card from your hand,
God.
leaving you completely cardless. Oh, and just to be safe, don't bother using any monster effects from your graveyard, because now I'm activating the effect of one of the cards I discarded, Elfie of the RO, by banishing it, along with any other monsters in my graveyard, and by banishing these monsters, I can tune them together in order to synchro summon Kid Ninja of the GRO!
Again?
Him again? How's he gonna help you? Because as long as he's on my field, during your turn, you can't use any monster effects from your graveyard. You are completely helpless. So you've effectively blocked me out. And now that that bit of insurance is done, I'll set 1 card face down, and I think I'll end my turn. Alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. I have to admit, I can see how you got this far. But I'm afraid your whole conquest gig is gonna have to stop here. Is that so? What can you possibly do? You can't use any monster effects from your graveyard. You'll only have one card in your hand. What can you possibly do, my friend? You tell me. Heck, if I'm being perfectly honest, you should probably give this duel up right now. Nobody ever stands a chance against me. Nobody has, and nobody will. Not even someone granted the powers of gods. So go ahead, make your
gods have
move,
you fought?
and make a fool of yourself while you do it. Given the powers of gods, you say? Well, if you've beaten people that were given the powers of gods, then let's see how you stack up against a real one! Now to start things off, you said I can't activate monster effects from my graveyard, right?
What about the Vanished Zone?
Well, spells and trap cards are a different story! I banish my Therum Jinx trap card from my graveyard. By doing so, I can send your Kid Ninja face down. So that's him out of the way. What?
So now you
With
can
him
use
gone,
monster effects.
I can use monster effects from my graveyard again. Then, I will banish my Ferrum Discovery from the graveyard. By doing so, I can special summon another Ferrum monster back from my grave. Welcome back, Ferrum Obelisk! And with Ferrum Obelisk on the field, I get to bring 2 more out. How do you think those worthless rocks can save you? Perhaps not on their own.
Their attributes
But
divine?
together, they can create something quite special. You'd probably know all about that. Now, I activate one last monster effect from my graveyard, my Ferrum Vulture. Now, not only can I summon him to the field, with the only cost, of course, being he's banished.
It's a tuner.
But I can use him to target all 3 of my obelisks, and he gains their combined level. Their combined level is 6, so my Vulture becomes a level 6 tuner monster. And since he is a tuner, I think you know what that means.
Synchro
I'm going
Shokan!
to use them to synchro summon. Exactly. Go ahead. You can summon a million synchros for all I care. Not a single one of them will be able to prevent what's happening. Whenever you like it or not, I will use Zark to destroy the evolution dimension, and I will build the peaceful world that me and my fellow dual spirits so effortlessly deserve. And yet you're willing to do so at the cost of so many lives, caring not for who or how many other innocents Zark destroys. I fail to see how their lives are important to mine, because neither of those lives are innocent. Humans are nothing but selfish beings, and I'm just giving them what they deserve. Well, that's not if I
The
have
irony.
anything to do
He
about
calls
it.
humans selfish, and
For
then he
behold,
cares only about
as I
himself.
tune my Vulture and 3 obelisks together. And while that's happening, just note that I've used every card in my graveyard, but no cards from my hand.
Oh
I
boy.
activate the quick play spell, Element Booster!
What?
Element Booster? That's right. You see, I'm a very special card. A card that can only be brought out by boosting the elemental power in this vicinity. And this special spell card gives me just the power I need to bring myself to the field. But enough teasing. Let me show you who I truly am. What is this?
He's summoning himself.
What? What?
Did you just summon your mom?
What's happening to our synchro monsters?
I don't know. What? Hey, what's happening to my synchro monsters? It's like they're reacting to something. Come on, it's interfering with the...
This isn't good for Blur, considering his deck is all about synchros.
I synchro summon! Behold, mephiles, as you see my true form! Behold, for I am Nanix! Guardian of the South! What?
Nanix.
So this is your true form. In its greatest colors. That's right. Allow me to properly introduce myself. I am Nanix, Guardian of the South, and one of the 4 Guardian Beasts, destined to destroy Zark. But seriously though, now that you have seen my true form, you have to admit I am pretty glorious. I mean, I'm probably one of the best god cards you've ever seen. Just look at me. I'm splendid. Destined, you say? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I am going to change destiny. Or in this case, rewrite it!
What?
With my RO rewrite trap card, I can banish your true form from the field entirely.
I doubt it's going to be that easy to get rid of a thing. Or never mind.
Sorry, Guardian Beast, but I had a feeling you'd somehow manage to get yourself onto the field, which is why I came prepared. I'm always 1 step ahead of the competition. On the contrary, you're 2 steps back.
What?
What? Go, Ravaging Rebirth! Ah! What is this? Let me explain. That's my special ability. If I leave the field under any means necessary, then I get to come back. I'm a phoenix, you see. It's kind of my thing.
Jeez.
And when I do come back, I get to get rid of all other cards on the field. So that way, I'm the only splendid sight you'll see. And if that wasn't bad enough, you can't use any monster effects this turn that aren't the same type as me.
I don't have any divine
My
monsters.
attribute is divine. That means no monster effects for you this turn. How do you like being locked down? No. No! Sorry, mephiles, but Zark has to remain hidden. Or at the very least, destroyed for good! That was what we were designed for, and we will fulfill it and protect mankind from Zark's rage. And if you're really willing to bring such a monster back, then so be it. You shall now perish in his place! Fine! You think you may have defeated me, but this isn't over. Trying to destroy me now won't stop me. I'll just come back, stronger than I ever have been before. And I will get rid of you and your brothers. Because I cannot let anything stand in the way of me, Zark, and the destruction of the evolution dimension. Nay, I will not let anything stop me! What do you say to that? You want to know what I say about it? This. Theros Inferno!
That's the first loss from mephiles in the series.
Hey, what's up with you?
Mephiles. Something's wrong.
Ah, so I see. Well, if something's wrong with Mephiles, then I think it's only appropriate that I take charge.
I think mephiles doesn't
Now,
have a plan B
first
for this.
order of business is to...
Don't even bother, Ravage. You know that's not how things work. I'm his first lieutenant. Therefore, if something goes wrong, I am to take command. And I wouldn't even think twice about making you my first lieutenant.
Ugh, you ruin all the fun! Ugh. You're even worse than Mephiles!
Please.
Sorry. This body's taken.
What's up with you?
Oh, just an old roommate being kicked out. Mephiles? In the flesh. Or spirit, so to speak.
Oh, Mephiles! Did I just, I was just talking about how great you were.
Of course, you had a
Yes,
plan B in
yes,
case you lost.
My lord, why did you... My other body was... disposed of. shame. I really liked that one.
Hmm.
But oh well, I can make a few customizations to this one.
What did you find in there anyway?
He's not
Well,
strong enough
Come
in his
on,
past.
come on! Ah, finally! Got it working again. Hold on, mephiles. If you don't mind me saying, I believe that explanation should be saved for another time. And why is that? Because we don't want to hand out spoilers to anyone. Especially for our little guest.
Oh, how did
What?
you find out?
A spy! Oh, crap. Well, I've had my fun. Got a juice. Viper, he knows too much. Hop on your dual runner and destroy him! Got it.
So, is this a bad time to remind you of the fact that you literally brought me along for no reason at all?
Yes, actually, it is.
You want something to do, Ravage? Alright. I'll give you something to do. You see that?
Yes, it's boring as heck. Why?
Destroy it.
But I thought that we came all this way to...
I don't care. If we can't have and destroy what's inside of it, we'll just dispose of the whole thing together. I don't care how long it takes or how you do it. Destroy that temple!
Oh. Well, as you wish, Master Mephiles. I could use something fun to do.
Good. I'll leave you to it. One down. 3 to go.
You didn't take him down, though. You lost. I'm pretty sure he'd survive if you destroyed the freaking building, but this is freaking, like... If it does kill him, it's like, that's the most roundabout, non-Yu-Gi-Oh way of doing things, which is just blatantly cheating if you think about it. That's like being like, that's like in the Yu-Gi-Oh series being like, I could beat you in this duel, so I'm just gonna shoot you. I mean, it's logical, but it's like, I don't think it's gonna work. But I don't know how it's gonna work with any of this stuff. So this was interesting to know Mephiles' past, that he was a dual spirit owned in the evolution dimension, but he wasn't good enough for that one rando guy, and then was torn up and thrown away. But the sheer hatred of that brought him back together, stitching himself back together until he possessed the body of the person that absorbed him in the first place, grew in power, and then made more clones and stores of beings to become what he is today. He got utterly obliterated though, so his plan failed in the end. It's interesting that the way Mephiles was taken down was by this guy, but then again, if he's made in a way to destroy Zark specifically, makes sense. I wonder if these were there the entirety of Arc 5 or then after the fact. Probably after the fact, because if they were there the entire time, Reggie Akaba, you really missed this giant glowing, fuck Zark sign. Should we get the guys that are literally designed to build Zark? Nah, let's go after them one at a time. It's fine. 2 at a time. It's fine. If I don't do it with Zark, it'd be a lot faster if that were the case. I shall now destroy everything and God mode go. God go brrr. Anyway, yeah. Well, it was nice to know Mephiles' backstory about how he came to be and all that stuff, so, yeah. I don't have a lot to say on this one. Just nice to know Mephiles' backstory. It was very intriguing. I wish I could say more, but I liked it. It's not like I'm not trying to be like, I have nothing to say about this. It was bad. I just had nothing to say. It's just the case of being like, I don't know. I liked the episode, and I don't have much to say because it's just be repeating the backstory that was explained in this episode. I did find it interesting how Mephiles lost, though. I just thought it'd be like, they hype him up as like this unbeatable thing that could totally destroy everyone. Totes my goats, my dude. If it's just, I didn't expect it to go that way. But, I don't know. Whatever. I can be wrong sometimes.